And that's how I learned I'm German and not autistic. But anyway, Alex, what are you watching?
Shit. You know what? I finally watched Weapons.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, welcome to the club.
Yeah, you guys were up my ass about that for a while, and I said, okay, fine. I sat down. I have not been genuinely freaked out by a movie since It Follows. That was a genuinely creepy, well done horror movie. Everybody did a great job. They played their part really well, and the jump scares weren't too much. I think a lot of horror movies rely too much on the jump scare now, so it wasn't too jumpy, but genuinely creepy. I appreciate it, and I already dislike children, and just seeing them like fucking Naruto running down the street was disconcerting, to say the least.
Well, that movie was so well done, like you said. It had unsettling moments. It didn't have jump scares. It had unsettling moments. You know, the girl walking out and climbing in the back of the car while she was like passed out or like sleeping, whatever it was. And you're just like, oh my God, what's about to happen? She just cuts a strand of her hair, gets out of the car and walks away. Like, that's unsettling to me. Like, that makes me very uncomfortable. And I think that's the best way to do it. I'm trying to remember who the comedian was, but he said that jump scares in horror movies is like a comedian coming off stage and tickling somebody and saying, I got you to laugh. It is a cheap trick with the horror movies. But yeah. And I love that Zach Cregger did that movie.
Whitest Kids You Know. That was a great sketch group.
Oh my God.
They came up with some really, really funny bits.
If I'm having a day, I will go onto YouTube and watch some Whitest Kids You Know, because they have some of the funniest stuff. That's where I always got the grapist thing from. That's why I always said it. That was one of their funniest sketches they did. That one and the Abraham Lincoln one. But to see him
comedians make good horror, horror creators. Look at Jordan Peele.
Yeah. Jordan Peele's killing it. But, he's had back-to-back hits. Zach Cregger, this is his second horror movie that he made, and second one that we're all aware of anyways, and it was fantastic. The first one being Barbarian.
Yeah, I heard Barbarian was supposed to be pretty creepy.
It's pretty creepy, and it's just a wild it is a wild ride. And I will say that he's created a very director style for himself, right? With the way that things look, the aesthetics of everything, especially like any of the gore that they do, any of like the kind of dysmorphia they do with any of the bodies. Like if you watch Barbarian and then watch Weapons, you see that he has an aesthetic that he's made all his own, and he's doing the new Resident Evil movie, which is awesome.
Alex, what would you say was like the part that freaked you out the most in Weapons? Spoilers are allowed because it's been out long enough. Everybody should have seen this movie.
Yeah. His obsession with stabbing and the forks. The forks in the faces of the parents.
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't look at the television. I literally had to do one of these, and that and the needles, the junky needles in the face, any kind of stabbing thing, like it's just, it's my heebie-jeebies all over.
Yeah, I agree.
It's something primal in me. I just like, yeah.
Did for the prequel that they're making, so that would be good.
Oh,
they're doing they're doing a Gladys prequel.
Makes sense. She's a hell of a character. Yeah.
And Amy Madigan, she deserved the Oscar for that. Good for her.
Gotta love her.
She was awesome.
Well, I mean, whatever. That's what I was watching. Steph, what were you watching?
Well, mine's kind of a surprise, so I'm going to surprise you guys. So I'm going to let Adam go first, actually.
What? Is it porn again?
Yeah, it's that porn. I know.
Yeah, Bikini Girls from Outer Space. Love it.
Yeah.
That's way too close to a couple of them out there. But anyways, so I am finally ready to talk about it. Because I was telling Alex, I'm like, I really want to tell everybody to go watch Paradise, but it's on season 2, and I would hate myself if I came out and said, go watch this show, and in season 2, it goes completely downhill. It has not. I am into season 2, at least the first few episodes. The show is called Paradise. It is on Hulu, and it stars Sterling K. Brown. It is an amazing show. There are certain feelings that show will make you feel that others haven't. And I was telling you guys kind of that it has an apocalypse theme to it. So here's the premise, is that an apocalypse has happened to the earth, natural disaster. They don't show you right away, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but a natural disaster happens, and people knew it was coming. The government knew it was coming. They built a bunker underground in Colorado, and they brought 25,000 people with them. And it's just this giant dome, kind of think Truman Show, right? So they got all these people in this bunker. They're all living this normal life. They've been down there, I think, 3 or 4 years. And they've just been living their life. But then the president gets murdered, and Sterling K. Brown was his bodyguard. He's trying to solve the murder. Meanwhile, there's some like corporate corruption going on. There's a lot of twists and turns. No characters off limits for death. I'll tell you that.
That's nice.
I like when they do that. It's very James Gunn. Like, I'm going to kill the character because it makes sense for the story, not because you know, if you like them, that doesn't give them a pass. Right. You just because you like them doesn't mean they get a pass. Because they killed some characters I really liked. But in any case, the episode 7 of season 1 is where everything like really hits you, because up to that point, they had just kind of talked about the world ended and you don't really know anything. They drop a thing here and there, but they don't really say exactly what happened. So episode 7, you find out, and it is all about how everybody in the world was dealing with this disaster, right? So it's showing from the White House, from the president's perspective, and James Marsden plays the president, and he's great. He's in everything right now. He's great. And it's the first time you kind of see that he was like a really good guy, because they didn't really show you that in the beginning. They do a lot of flashbacks too before the disaster, and you know, they jump back in time a little bit. But anyways, episode 7, they show the actual disaster that happens, and it pulls some real emotions and how everybody dealt with it. Sterling K. Brown's wife is in Atlanta, and you know, he's trying to get her to come to the bunker and everything because their family was one of the groups down there. You know, and so he's talking to her on the phone and stuff, and you find out quickly, you know, she didn't make it. But you know, he's, you know, just heartbroken, and just like the tears streaming down his face while he's trying to keep it together in front of his kids. And it was like, this episode, I legit had like tears coming out of my eye sockets because it was so emotional. And it was like, man, like this could actually be the way things were handled. And at one point, when a bunch of the White House people are, you know, getting on the helicopter to go to the bunker, you know, other people from the White House who were not chosen are like losing their minds, and they're trying to get on there, and people are getting shot, and it's just chaos. It's pure chaos. But it is realistic on how somebody would respond to that situation. You know, the world's about to end, and they did it better than any disaster movie has ever done it. You know, The Day After Tomorrow, Armageddon, like all those movies, like it doesn't show this. And this was like, holy shit, on a personal level, how are things going with this situation? And it's not good. But I mean, there was like some really powerful stuff in there, but I will highly recommend watch the show. It is one of the best shows they have on TV right now.
All right. What channel is it on?
It's on Hulu. I think they just finished season 2.
That's how you know how old I am. I just asked what channel it was on.
What channel? Yeah.
What channel and what evening? And then I assume it's around the 8 o'clock hour. After public news with Walter Cronkite.
After you get your early bird special dinner.
Yep, there's streaming channels. They call them streaming channels, something, I think. But yeah, it's on Hulu. It's great. It's great. I highly recommend it. And you know, I'll probably talk about it more after I finish season 2. But season 2 has started off strong. I'll tell you that. It's good. It's good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
I might give that a try this weekend. Very good.
Yeah. No, definitely watch it. You'll love it.
Nice. Well, we'll check it out. All right. Well,
Steph.
All right.
What are you watching?
I watched War Machine over the weekend.
The fuck?
That is the response I expected.
We were all supposed to go watch that together.
We've been talking about watching that.
Well, remember, I wasn't on the podcast when you guys talked about Alan Richardson, so I missed that.
Fair.
But
that's fair.
We were sitting there, and you know, Steve puts it on, and I was like, God damn it, another war movie. He knows I don't like gore and like a lot of art, like a lot of military things. Just like, I think for me, the military stuff hits a little too close to home with Adam having served and everything. So I don't.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome for your freedom.
I like to pretend there's a bubble and that everybody's okay, and I know that's not the truth. But anyway, so he puts it on. I'm like, this is gonna be so stupid. But then Alan comes on my screen, and I was like, all right, well, you know, you hook me in with a good-looking man, I'm there.
We're all right there behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the premise of it, you guys know the premise, right? Or I don't want to spoil it. So You guys are giving me a weird look, so I won't say too much. But what I'll tell you is that there is a twist in it, and you think that they're rangers, they're going through all these grueling tests, and they show like all of the the haze, not hazing, but like everything that leads up to it and everything that they have to get through. And Alan's on his own, and it's just kind of like, and then they all have to come together, and I'm trying not to spoil it, so I apologize that this
It's
is gonna make
aliens,
a lot
isn't
of
it?
sense. Yes,
Porn, isn't it?
yes, it's aliens. So it
Alien
kind of
porn.
it felt it's a weird type of porn if it is, but it gave me kind of that
Oh, it
feel
exists.
It doesn't. It's weird.
of why am I on the show?
No, finish.
So that's
That's what
probably
she
what they
said.
said. Yeah, I was like, God damn, that's what they say in alien porn. So anyway, moving forward, so like it starts out as this heartfelt story, and like you'll see why, and then it just kind of evolves into this crazy fucking adventure. It kind of gave me Sinners vibes, and I love
Okay.
Sinners. So you're kind of like, whoa, I was not expecting that. What I will tell you, kind of a spoiler alert, don't fall in love with any of the characters. Just don't.
Yet
It's one of
another
those.
stakes.
People are getting some
No
balls
plot
on them
armor.
now.
Yep. And
Good.
like I did cry at the ending. I will say that. In a happy tears, kind of, I guess, because after everything, but it was very well done. I watched the entire thing. There were some gory scenes though, and I did the cover my eyes thing. But it was very well done, and I'm very happy I watched it, and I think you guys both would really like it.
I'm
Happy
definitely gonna watch
tears.
that.
That's a fun movie watching experience when you have the happy tears. When you're like so moved by the characters on the screen, even though you know it's a fucking TV show or a movie, whatever, that you are happy for them, then you start
Yeah.
tearing up.
Yeah, Field of Dreams is one of those.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, in War Machine, the character development was very well done. The way that you felt all the emotions, and you went from kind of like not liking Alan to at the end rooting for him, and
I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah.
he's kind of a dick.
It makes me like him even more. He's a bad boy. I could tame him though.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to tame that guy. No, it was a very, very well written, very well directed, produced, everything. I
Nice.
don't have anything bad to say about it. Except that I kind of hate aliens, so I hate alien movies, but I did get into this one.
That's xenophobic. That's what they call that. You're a xenophobe.
Xenomorphophobic.
Xenomorphophobic.
So
Specific
xenophobic means you're afraid of
xenomorphs.
other cultures. Or other countries. Xenomorph is the alien from Aliens.
It is.
Xenomorphophobic.
Whatever it is, I'm afraid of aliens, even though
I
I
like it.
still think that they walk amongst us. But
That's how you make music, people.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's what I watch, and I think everybody should go and see it. If you like Sinners, you will like this. It's just a different version of Sinners.
So does it kind of do that thing that I've mentioned it before? There's a handful of movies that do it where it feels like it's two movies in one. Like you're getting the
Yes.
one movie and then movie two starts halfway
Yes.
through.
Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly what it is.
I love those movies. I don't even know if there's a name for that kind of movie, but I love them.
When I watched Sinners, and I started getting really into it. I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then all of a sudden fucking vampires come out. I was like,
Yeah.
what just happened? Am I watching the same movie? I was like, I'm so confused. I'm like, it's the same characters. Why are there now vampires? Where did these guys come from? And that's how I felt about this one. I was like, what happened here?
It's
Now
the
we have
Dusk Till Dawn
aliens.
effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ireland, by the way, was where the vampires came from. I just rewatched Sinners this weekend.